Can you feel it? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I am the Lawn Daddy, and this is Small Town Lawns, where I help you improve the overall look of your lawn. And on this channel, I'm going to share with you lawn care tips that you can use and take your lawn and make it the talk of the neighborhood. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn the bell on so you don't miss any future content. Oh, I can't believe it, it's finally...
Stop! Just stop. Do everyone a favor and stop. Dad, you told me this video is about pre-emergents and fertilizer.
Oh yeah, you're right, lawn kid. I guess I got a little excited. In today's video, we're going to be talking about pre-emergent and fertilizer. But more specifically, we're going to be talking about what type of pre-emergent and fertilizer you should be using coming into spring. We're just coming into early spring, and the daytime and nighttime temperatures are starting to warm up. And right now is the perfect time to throw down a pre-emergent. So if you haven't done this already, it's not too late. And make sure you watch this video as I'm gonna walk you step by step and show you how to do it. So let's talk about what is a pre-emergent. Well, a pre-emergent is simply throwing down product to prevent weeds. Yeah, but there's a lot of weeds. So which weeds are we trying to prevent? For the purpose of this video, we're going to talk about preventing crabgrass and dandelions, as these are two extremely popular weeds that come up in the springtime. Now, you can try to prevent dandelions and crabgrass in a variety of different ways, but in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Scott's Turf Builder with Weed Prevent. And what this does is it prevents the germination of crabgrass seeds and dandelion seeds in your lawn. Now, dandelions are generally pretty easy to control in your lawn. You can use the Scott's product that I just mentioned, or you can use a simple Weed B Gone product and still get effective results. But the main thing you want to do is control crabgrass in the early spring. Now, if you've ever had crabgrass before, you'll want to take care of it in the early spring, because once you hit midsummer, it can rage out of control and start to consume and take over your lawn. Alright, so now that we know what a pre-emergent is, the next question is, when do we apply it? This is where soil temps are going to come into play, and this is why we do it in the early spring. Typical weeds and crabgrass tend to germinate when you have a soil temp of 55 degrees. Now, currently my 15-day forecast shows we're going to be in the 50s during the day, 40s at night, and my soil temp is sitting currently at about 43 degrees. Right now is the perfect time for me to put down my pre-emergent. So when my soil temp does get to 55 degrees, I've got a protective barrier on the soil, so when crabgrass starts to germinate, the pre-emergent will kill it right at the root. Now, as I mentioned before, trying to prevent crabgrass and dandelions, you can use a variety of different products. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to be using the Scott's Turf Builder with Weed Prevent. Now, what this is going to do is specifically target crabgrass and dandelions. If you've never put down a pre-emergent before, I highly recommend using the Scott's products, as they make it super easy to use. They put the spreader settings on the back of the bag, so it prevents you from putting down too little or too much product when you apply. Now, I know what you're asking yourself. How do I know what spreader to buy? Well, conveniently enough, Scott's makes a spreader, so the spreader settings will match the spreader that you use. Now, it's also important to note that when throwing down any type of pre-emergents or fertilizers, you don't want the grass to be too long. You want that product to sit directly on the soil. Typically, when your lawn wakes up from spring, it's already short if you properly prepared it in the fall. But if you left your grass long going into winter, you're probably going to want to mow it before you throw down any product. So that only leaves one thing left to do. Let's get outside and mow our lawn for the first time this season. Wait, stop, not yet. Sticking to the 1/3 rule is extremely important. You only want to take off 1/3 of the total grass blade length. Okay, I can't wait anymore. It's time to mow. So let's get outside and cue that music.
1, 2, 3, come on!
I can't tell you how good that makes me feel. I didn't take off a whole lot of material, but man, it feels good just to get back out in the lawn. Now that first mow of the season is done, let's get outside and throw down our pre-emergent. Wait, stop, not yet. Now, it's very important to note that when throwing down fertilizer or pre-emergents, you need to stick to the bag rate. More is not always better, as if you throw down too much, you'll burn your lawn. If you don't throw down enough, it really won't do anything, and you'll think that, well, this didn't work. Each bag rate has a label on it, so in this case, each bag covers 1,000 square feet. How do you know how much square feet your lawn is? You simply do length times width, multiply the two numbers together, and it'll give you your square footage. Now, to figure out how to do the math, me and the lawn kid are gonna show you how it's done. So if you haven't done this already, this is a map of my yard, the front yard and the backyard. So, lawn kid,
Yes.
if this bag covers 1,000 square feet and my front yard has 2,600 square feet, how many bags do I need?
2.5.
Okay, how did you come up with 2.5?
I take 1 times 2.6. That gives me 2.6 bags.
All right, so enough wasting time. Let's get out there and throw it down. Now that our pre-emergent's down, I'm going to throw down some fertilizer. Now, the fertilizer that I chose to use is this product here. It's an 832-16. The reason why I chose this is the 32 is for phosphorus. Now, what phosphorus does is help in root development for the grass. Now, you can use whatever type of fertilizer you want, but if you hit it with a lot of nitrogen, you're gonna get a lot of top growth, which means you're gonna have to start mowing twice, maybe 3 times a week. Then you add all the rain that you're gonna see in the spring, and the top growth might get to a point where you can't keep up with the mowing demands. So, using a fertilizer that's high in phosphorus, it gives it a little bit of nitrogen, but it mainly focuses on the root development, which you'd like to see in the early spring going into the summer months. This keeps your lawn green and healthy and helps you dominate your neighbors. So last season I bought these 15-foot hoses. They're lightweight hoses. They're kind of cheap. I wanted to get my sprinkler system up and running, but they're just not cutting it anymore. So this season I bought some quick connects for easier hookup. I bought a 25-foot hose. It's a much stronger hose. So I'm going to change that over right now. All right, so we're going to take this piece here and we're going to screw it in here. Next, we're going to take this piece here and we're going to connect it onto here. Simple, right? Okay, so now that looks like that. You remember this, and you see this, and literally So, throwing down pre-emergents and fertilizer in early spring. It's a great way to prevent crabgrass and dandelions from germinating, and throwing down a fertilizer that'll help with root development will help that grass choke out any future weeds and help you improve the overall look of your lawn. We've talked a lot about pre-emergents and fertilizers in this video, and you got to see me mow my lawn, which was pretty cool. But maybe your lawn's not where mine's at, or maybe you have some bare spots in it. Check out the video here on the screen where I talk about the good, the bad, the shoulds, and the shouldn'ts when it comes to seeding your lawn in the spring. No, seriously, you should check out the video on the screen. It's got some good information in it. I know I learned something.